Welcome to a new video, everybody. Today I have hit 90 kg on the bench press just a few hours ago, and this is something I've been trying to achieve for nearly 2 years now. I've been 2 years into weightlifting and over a year and a half into running, but the weightlifting has always been super important to me in terms of strength and the physical size that I put on. So I thought I'd go over today just a little bit about myself, about the run up to getting 90 kilograms, and I've written out a list of reasons why I think I might have been able to hit that today and how you can help implement that into your own training. So first off, I'd like to point out that I'm not, unfortunately, a genetic freak. I've no outstanding capabilities when it comes to squat, bench press, any sort of lift. I only started to actually squat properly a few months ago, trying to hone in my technique. So, you know, I'm pretty average when it comes to that. Maybe slightly above average when it comes to lifts. So when I first started getting into the gym, the weight that I struggled with was probably 70 kg. So right now, 2 years later, I'm at the point where I need to progress past 90 kg for more than one rep. But when I started, I could maybe get 70 for one or two. And of course, you don't need some extreme workout program to progress past that point. You just make sure you eat well, you rest, and you progressive overload. And if you don't know what progressive overload or hypertrophy is, then please look it up online. I can do some of my own videos on this, but there's already plenty of informative videos about people who are much more specialized in that type of niche than me. So I just kept progressing, and from 70 I was able to get 2 free reps, then I got 4 reps, then I got 5, 6, and then I remember one day I was at a friend's home gym, and I had taken a lot of caffeine and nicotine, and I was able to pump out 7 reps of 70. Now, that was incredible for me at the time because I was nowhere near that in that moment, and yet I was able to do it. I believe it took me at least another 6 months to properly replicate that in my normal gym where I'm staying here. So regardless, I got past that point, and now I can happily do 10 to 12 reps of 70. So 70 isn't a problem for me. There's no longer an issue there. And for 80, this has been the tipping point for me. For 80, sometimes I can do just 1 rep, and the max amount I've done of 80 was 5 reps. And I absolutely hated that, because sometimes I could barely get it off the bar, and then other times I'd be doing 3 to 4 clean reps, like not that hard, like not that, you know, it wasn't that difficult to me. I was trying to rack my brain and wondering why is this not working? Like, why can't I seem to progress? And it was making me scared to put a little bit extra on the bar. It's making me scared to reach 85, 90. And I started messing around with my training styles, and clearly it worked. So I'm going to tell you guys what I did. And I should point out the fact that when I hit 90 kg today, it was easy. It was actually easy, and that scared me. It was like a maybe 6 out of 10 on I think it's like the RPE scale. It's like how much effort you put in. It's like, obviously, when I failed before on my other lifts, I was giving RPE 10, I was giving a maximum amount of effort, and I was still failing. I only gave about 6, maybe max 7, because it was that easy, and I was able to lift it, and I re-racked it, and I looked back at my spotter, and I was like, holy shit, and he's like, you could have done more. I'm like, yeah, I know, but you don't understand. Like, I've been struggling for that with ages, struggling for that, to get that for ages, for months. I've been struggling, and he told me something like, you got it because you're focused on getting a PR, which of course we can talk about later. That's a bit more of a mentality thing. So this past week, what changed? Number one, I ate more meat. This is very important because animal protein is literally the best thing you can do for your body. I know I'm going to piss a lot of vegans off by saying that, but it's true. When it comes to all your fucking pea proteins and your fucking soya beans or whatever, it just doesn't compare to a fucking good old steak or bacon or mince or whatever meat you want to fucking choose. It's just superior, and you can go look up. I'm not going to tell you all the nutritional facts. You know, you can go and look up the difference online. Of course, there are companies and policies that try to discourage eating meat as if it's bad. I guess they just want all fucking men these days to be weak ass pussies. You know, believe whatever you want to believe. But I'd probably be very sick and dying if I was a fully fledged vegan this day and age, especially with all the workouts that I do. So number one, I ate more meat. Now I'm actually currently on a cut, and I'm laughing at myself when I say that because not because I've been eating like terribly bad or anything recently. I haven't. I've been eating well. I just don't measure my calories. I don't have time for that right now. You know, it's not the most important thing in the world to me. I just make sure that any carbohydrates that I'm supposed to eat throughout the day, I get most of that from my meat. So I might have like a slice or two of bread or garlic bread, or like a little bit of pasta or rice, but like not a massive amount like I used to eat, which was just ridiculous. So number one, I eat more meat, and good quality meat too. I get my meat from the butchers. That's important. So number two is I've been doing daily Deadhangs for about 2 weeks, and you might question, James, how did doing daily Deadhangs improve your fucking bench press? I'll tell you how. This is the rotator cuff. You might see a lot of memes online and a lot of fucking gym rats and dudes complaining that they start bench pressing and their fucking rotator cuff is just killing them, it's dying. Because they don't warm up correctly. That's one of the points actually I'm going to cover. Because they don't warm up correctly and they don't take proper care of it. And you could essentially do this by just getting a band, right? Getting a band and like going like that, and just make sure you're properly warming it up. And you can look up plenty shoulder, like rotator cuff warm up exercise. You can look up plenty of those. You know, it's really not hard to find. So that fixed my rotator cuff. Right before I was having a little bit of issues before, but now now I just bench press pain free, and it's not a problem. So clearly this stuff works. And I've been doing short form content, and you can check it down in my channel's videos below. And I'm gonna hopefully do a long form content for that, about all the positives, all the positives I faced while doing that. And I did that for 7 minutes every day, and I'm still doing it. And I think today is going to be like day 12 or 13. So number 3, like I just said there, I warmed up properly. I have never warmed up properly before. That might scare you, but that's just the truth of it. I'm just being honest. You know, I could lie and say, oh yeah, I know everything about warming up, and I do that every single day, and I get up and I immediately do a 2-hour stretching routine. Like, no I don't. No, I just get in there and I just lift the weight. But today I decided, look, this PR is important. I've wanted this for a long time. Regardless of whether I feel good today or not, or whether I feel strong, doesn't matter, I'm still going to get it. So screw it. So I decided to take the precaution of warming up properly. I just attached the band to the bottom of the bench press seat, whatever you want to call it. I just did a few of those. I figured I did 10 those, and then 10 on the other side, and then 10 on the side, and then 10 on the side, and I was good to go. So then I did less sets than my PR. I was making the terrible mistake of doing this bodybuilding style of training on my chest. And what that meant is I'd basically do my entire workout and I'd leave it until the end to do my PR. And that was the most incredibly stupid thing that I could have been doing. Because, of course I wasn't progressing. It was literally at like the end of my workout, when I'm fatigued, when I'm tired, when I'm drained, when the glucose fucking stores in my muscles is just depleted. Yeah, of course I couldn't get it. Of course I couldn't go up. So instead of doing my usual probably 8 sets, I suppose, before hitting my PR, I did roughly how many did I do? Stretch, then I did 15 slow reps with the bar. So I did 1 set of that. I did 10 slow reps of 40 kilograms, so you put 10 on each side. And then I did another set of 60 kg for 10 slow reps. So that's 20 on each side. And then I did 1 set of 80 kg, and I got 3 slow reps on it. And I could have done 4 or 5, but I said, you know what, James, relax. We want to get this PR. So normally I go bar, and then I go 40, like 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, and then try to do 90. So obviously I've knocked off like 3 or 4 sets there by just using my brain. So my muscle is properly rested, and I took a good rest, like maybe at least 8 minutes between my 80, because I just went like I went straight 60 to 80 between my 80 kg and trying my 90 kg. So I got my spotter. I told him, listen, don't touch the bar until I fail it. I literally said that. I said, don't touch the bar until I fail it. And then I was like, if that happens. So then I lay down, I grip the bar. This is how I grip it. I turn, so this is the bar, and then I turn my hands like that, and then I grip it, and then I kind of twist it in, and that gives me a very firm grip. And then I made sure I was like shoulder width. I made sure like I wasn't too close and I wasn't out here, because like that shit just seems harder to me, to be honest. Because yeah, there's less ROM, but you're gonna get more pain over time, so it's just not worth it. Be less kind of targeting the chest in a way, and more putting emphasis on the arms and shoulders. So I gripped it, I lifted it off, I unracked it, and as soon as I unracked it, I knew I had it. It was crazy. I almost can't explain it. As soon as I unracked it, I knew I had it. So I lifted it down, and I just pushed it back up, and I racked it. And I like leapt up, and I was like, let's go! And I look at him, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? So that's how I did that. And then number 5, and the most important, I went over everything else. Yeah, number 5 is, a long time ago I found this video online of a guy, and I can't remember who he is, can't remember what he does, none of that. All I remember him saying is how he increased his bench press was by doing a static hold. So it's less of a static hold, it's like a static hold and then a negative. So what that means is you put more weight on the bar than you can usually lift, and you slowly lower that down. Of course you have a spotter. You slowly lower it down till it touches your chest, and then you push it off, and you're like here, and you get your spotter to take most of that weight off you, anywhere from 60 to 90%. And then you just push it back up and re-rack it. And I do not know the science behind this. I have no clue about the science behind this. All I know is that amongst these other 4 things, I implemented this one last week, and I hit 90 kg today, so I don't know, you know, and by the way, my static hold was 100 kg, so last week I failed, what was it, I think it was 90 kg, it could have been 85, I failed it, and then I said, hold on a second, to my other spotter, a different guy, I said, hold on a second, let me put a 5 on each side, and let me do a static negative, and he was like, okay, so I did that, pushed it up, comprende, and yeah, here I am, hitting 90 kg, so I probably could have done that for 2, and even though I got the first one today really easily, even if I failed 2, I would have got 1, and then I would have thought of doing more. I was just so happy. I just re-racked it immediately. As soon as I was done, I was like, that's it. And then as far as it goes in my training schedule, I just did a drop set. So I did that 90, and then I think I immediately went down to 80, and I actually got 4, which is really funny, because the set before I got 3, and I said, okay, we'll do the 90. Did the 90, went back down to the 80, and then I got 4. And I was like, perfect, go 60. And then I got whatever it was, like 10 really slow of 60. And then 40, and then like whatever, like 16 of 40. And then the bar, and then I'm just, just kind of like repping out. Like, I'm holding it really close. I like to hold it really close to the end. Just to get that squeeze. And yeah, that was today. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to go and edit this now. If you want to hear more about, gym stories, what I'm doing, what I can provide to you peoples, let me know in the comments below. Hit like and subscribe, because why not? You might as well. You'll watch this far. See you.